Good morning, my students. Today, back again with Mr. Hazem. We have a new lesson, and our new lesson today is Unit 12, okay, student book, page 79. Our title for our unit is It Really Works. There is something I would like to remind you before we get into our rule or our lesson today, which is our unit 12 is talking about the health problems that we might have in our daily lives. Of these health problems, some of them which are shown on the board, the smart board, of them we have a sore throat. Look at the picture and that health problem title which is written below. So we have a sore throat, a fever, a toothache, a burn. One more time, let's read them again. A sore throat, a fever, a toothache, and we have a burn. So those are some of our health problems that we might suffer in our daily lives. Okay, let me tell you about the division of our whiteboard. The first column is assigned for, as usual, for the new vocabulary, and here we have some of them that we are going to preview, okay, later on. In the middle of my board, I have a main question, okay, on which my lesson is going to rest on. Under my main question, I have two grammatical rules. Rule number 1, rule number 2, and those that we are going to see together or explain together. Yes, on the last column, in the last column we have learning objectives. What should we learn by the end of our lesson? So by the end of my lesson, we have to know how to ask for and give an advice, okay, using our grammatical rule or one of our two grammatical rules. So this is our main object or objective that we have to know by the end of my lesson. Okay, let's see first our main question that we are going to run our two grammatical rules on. It's, what should you do for a cold? So let's imagine that someone is suffering from a cold. You know, someone is coughing, someone is sneezing, and so on. Okay, so what should you do for a cold? Imagine that one of your colleagues or one of your friends is suffering from a cold. How you are going to advise him? How you are going to suggest to him something to treat him? Okay, so what should you do for a cold? Instead of a cold, I can substitute it for any of these health problems. It might be a sore throat, a toothache, a fever, or a burn. But we had a cold as an example. So again, what should you do for a cold? Let's know how to answer that main question. Honestly speaking, we have two ways or we have two rules. We can use any of them to answer my question. The first one, this is, look at the red structure or the red rule that we have written. I have to start with it's, then adjective, then to plus the infinitive. And let me remind you of the word infinitive. When I say infinitive, I mean the verb, the main verb. The verb without having any additions. For example, if we have two forms of a verb like play and plays, which one of them is considered? Okay, which one of them can I name as an infinitive? Honestly speaking, it's play. Why? Because it doesn't have any addition here. Neither is ed nor ing or any other addition, okay? But please, it's not my infinitive, okay? One more example. Let's say that we have, for example, yes, buy, and we have bought. Which one of them, buy or bought, is considered my infinitive verb or my infinitive form? Honestly speaking, it's buy. Why? Because bought is the second conjugation of buy. So no, it's not considered my infinitive. No, it's buy. So this is about the form or the infinitive form of a verb. Okay, let's be back again to our first grammatical rule. I have to start with it's, then adjective, then to, and infinitive. So my answer, or one of my answers here is it's important to get. Yes, it's important to get a lot of what? A lot of rest. So when I have a cold, it's important to have or to get a lot of rest. Okay, let's look at our sentence and divide it according to our grammatical rule. Yes, so here we have it's. Then I have an adjective, which is important. Then I have to, yes, and the infinitive, which is get. Then the rest of my sentence, I mean something that might complete the meaning of my sentence, and here it's a lot of rest. Here, I mean, by the end of this sentence, we applied, or we have applied our rule well. So again, it's important to get a lot of rest. My question again is, what should you do for a cold? Yes, my answer, it's important to get a lot of rest. So this is an answer. What about the second grammatical rule? Yeah. So here I have to start with it's plus noun, okay, plus to, plus the infinitive again, okay? Let's see the difference between the two forms or the two grammatical rules. Here I have to start with it's. Also here I have to start with it's. Then adjective. Here I don't have an adjective, but I have a noun, okay? Then to plus infinitive. Here to plus infinitive. So the only difference between the two grammatical rules is here we have an adjective. On the other hand, we have a noun. Okay, let's see our second answer. It's an idea. Idea, is it a noun or a verb? Of course, it's a noun. So it's an idea. It's a great idea. Okay, it's an idea to take some vitamin C. Okay, let's divide our sentence according to my grammatical rule. So here we have it's. Yes, I have it's. I started with it's. Then a noun, which is an idea. Then to. Then the infinitive form of the verb, take. I didn't say takes. I didn't say took. I didn't say taking. It's the infinitive form of the verb that we have just explained right now. So like play, like buy, so it's take, not takes. So it's an idea to take some vitamin C. Here we have come to the end of our two grammatical rules. On the board, on the smart board, we have we have an exercise, okay? Our exercise here is look at these health problems. So from 1 through 8, we have some health problems, like those, for example, a sore throat, a toothache, a fever, and a burn. Okay, what else? Look at these health problems, choose several, pieces of good advice. Of what? Of a good advice for each problem. So we need to get some advice, okay, or some pieces of advice according to each health problem here. For example, what should you do for a sore throat? Look at my main question on the whiteboard. Yes, what should you do for, and here I have to change my health problem. Sometimes it's a cold, some other times, okay, it might be a toothache, but here it's a sore throat. So again, what should you do for a sore throat? Here we have some options. So what option should I choose or opt for here? So I can say it's J. Okay, so again, what should you do for a sore throat? I will choose get some medicine, but how can I apply one of my two expressions to make an advice? Watch it. So again, I will start, it's important to. Again, it's important to. Then I will take the infinitive. It's important to get some medicine. Again, what should you do for a sore throat? I will start with the first expression or the first grammatical rule. It's important to. To what? To get some medicine. Okay? Okay, so here can we use the second grammatical rule? Of course we can, yes. And here I have to get a noun. So it's an idea to. Again, it's an idea to. To what? So I will again opt for or choose letter J. It's an idea to get some medicine. So I applied the two grammatical rules on number one, which is going to be matched with letter J. Let's have one more example together. What about number two? A cough. You know cough, what does mean? So it's a cough. He is coughing. Okay? How can I make my question, or how can I ask for an advice using my health problem, a cough? Yes. What should you do for? Again, what should you do for? Then a cough. So what should you do for a cough? What should you do for a cough? Yes. I will choose one of my options here. So I will decide on the letter I. Okay? So what should you do for a cough? See a doctor, for example. Okay? So how can we apply one of my two grammatical rules on my option, which is see a doctor? The same. I will say it's important. Okay, let's change important. Can we? Of course we can. So we can use useful, helpful, urgent, essential. So any adjective, any good adjective that might be a positive, okay, a positive idea to give or a positive advice to give to somebody. Okay, so again, it's important, or it's useful, or it's helpful, it's urgent, it's essential to. Yes, what might be changed here is the advice. So again, see a doctor. Let's say it again. It's important to see a doctor. It's important to see a doctor. Yes, it's important to see a doctor. Okay, can we apply the second grammatical rule where we can use the noun instead of the adjective? Of course we can. How can we do it? It's an idea. Okay, let's change an idea. Can we? Of course. Here we have some nouns. We can say it's a medication. It's a good medication. We can say benefit. It's a great benefit. Yes. So it's a good benefit. It's a great medication. It's a good medication. Or it's an idea to. Then to see a doctor. Here we had two examples. Okay. I will ask you, my students, to go through the rest of my practice or exercise starting from number 3 through 8. Try to answer them well, okay? And if you have any question, please do not hesitate, okay, to communicate with me on the website. So that is about our lesson today. Thank you so much.